Ah, the meta. Here we get a rare look at the inside of the machine, an infinite ocean of ones and zeros that make your deck, my deck, all decks in Clash Royale. It's beautiful, really, but impossible for human minds to interpret so much data. If only we had a helper, something to guide us, like a friend would.
Hello, I'm metaBot.
Bailey's dead. Hey there, little guy. What's your name?
I'm metaBot, the most effective tactics available robot, MB for short. Nice to finally meet you, Adrian.
Wait, whoa. How do you know my name?
Well, it's the first thing I ever learned. Arthur created me to suit your specific gaming needs. I'm so excited to finally be here.
Okay, and who is this Arthur person?
Not Arthur. Arthur, my programmer, the one who sent me.
Alright, this has to be some, cute Father's Day gift from Casey or something. MB, Casey's your author, right? She sent you?
My programming currently restricts me from saying who Arthur is. All in due time, I suppose.
What in the world is going on? I mean, MB seems nice enough, but... Hey, MB.
Yes, Adrian.
I gotta go work on this video. Do you want to help me?
Ooh, it would be my pleasure.
Alright, let's go. Okay, MB, can you stay down there for now? Thanks. So as you saw in the introduction, we do have a new helper for the channel whose name is metaBot. I still have no idea where it came from, but in any case, metaBot is going to be helping us with all the statistical and analytical things that we have to do in our videos. So thank you very much for that, metaBot. So today, MB and I are going to be looking at the top 10 best ladder decks in Clash Royale for Season 11, Week 4 of the meta. You'll be able to find links to all the decks on this list in the description below. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to say an absolutely massive thank you to everybody who subscribed. Guys, we did it. We reached the 1,000 subscriber goal, and I'm just so grateful to you guys because we work so hard on everything we do. We work hard on recording, editing, animating, all the different stuff, and for you guys to reciprocate that with a sub and a like, it just means so much to us. So thank you for that, and please keep it up. As promised, we are finally going to be having our 10 Pass Royale giveaway. You can check out the links in the description below for where you can see us live. It's going to be on YouTube and Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on June 4th. That's a Thursday, so mark your calendars for that one. As is our custom on the channel, if this video can get 100 likes, we will put out a part 2. And last but not least, I wanted to put out there the next subscriber goal for us is going to be 5,000 subs. Wow, it seems so far away from right now. But if we can hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to do a 25 Pass Royale giveaway to all of the newest and current subscribers to our channel. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe now. Without further ado, let's get straight into the list. Coming in at number 10 is the Giant Double Prince. This deck has been in the meta for quite a while now, multiple seasons at least, and it still continues to perform very nicely on the ladder at the highest trophy level. You can think of this as sort of a beatdown deck in the sense that the Giant goes up, crosses the bridge, and if you can time it correctly, you'll have your two princes in the back, the Dark Prince and the regular Prince, to charge up behind him, pretty much taking out any form of troop on the ground. The beauty of this deck also is that it has essentially 3 spells: the Splash from the E-Wiz, the Fireball, and the Zap, all 3 effective spells at taking care of anything that might laser your Giant down. It does struggle a little bit against big air pushes. Obviously, you're running only the Mega Minion and a couple of spells to slow things down, but overall, it is a fairly balanced deck. If you can manage all of those things together, this deck is a formidable foe on the ladder. And so for all those reasons, that's why the Giant Double Prince makes the 10th spot on our list. Coming in at number 9 is the Lavaloon. Lavaloon has been in the game for several seasons now, and it still continues to perform at the top of the meta. The entire basis of this deck is air. It's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, air decks you can find in Clash Royale. The goal with this deck is exactly what it says in the name. You send the Lava Hound out as a tank for any Princess Towers or anything else that's in the way. Put your balloon behind it, protecting it with any of the spells that you've got in your deck until it reaches the tower and makes it crumble. There are a couple cards in here that are versatile on defense, but still your best bet for ground defense is going to be those barbarians. They're going to save the day against the P.E.K.K.A.s, hogs, anything else that you need to get rid of quickly. Conservation of elixir is critical with this deck. At 4.0 average elixir, you're going to be waiting until 2 times elixir to really make your big time pushes. Overall, it does take a little bit of skill to learn Lavaloon, but when you get it, it is one of the strongest decks that you'll find in the game, and so for all those reasons, that's why Lavaloon makes the number 9 spot on our list. Coming in at number 8 is the Balloon Miner Cycle. I just love this deck. There's so much versatility with what you can do here. Your main win conditions in this deck are the Miner and the Balloon, so you're going to be cycling them as often as possible while using the other cards to defend and also tank for those win conditions. The Ice Golem is perfect in this deck for just that. You're going to send him at the bridge or behind your King Tower if you need to save some elixir and use him to your advantage. There have been a couple variations on the Miner Balloon Cycle, but this one is currently the best that we've seen so far on the ladder. It does have a slight disadvantage against air decks, but if you can time your bomb tower just right and get the muskie placed in the right position, you may just be fine. The beautiful thing about this deck is that it is 2.9 average elixir cost, which gives a sense of fast gameplay. I personally tend to enjoy cycle decks a little bit more than the heavier ones because you can just play a lot of cards all at once, and that's what's fun here is there's a lot of stuff that you're sending out on the field at any given time. And so for all those reasons, that's why Balloon Miner Cycle makes the number 8 spot on our list. Coming in at number 7 is the Golem NW Beatdown. Some have called this deck a no-brain, no-skill kind of a deck. But I will say, as I've played it more and more, I am noticing how much it requires a sense of self-control to win with. Your main win conditions here are very expensive. You've got the 8 Elixir Golem and then the 6 Elixir Lightning, which will clutch out towers for sure, but it costs a lot to get it done. Golem beatdown decks have always been very popular as well on the top ladder, but this variation with the Night Witch has become increasingly popular as of late because of the various balance changes to the game. At a staggering 4.4 Elixir average cost, you must play chill. The wombo combo, if you will, here is the Golem, Night Witch, and Baby D together, possibly even the Bomber in that mix, but if you can get all 3 of those troops together, it is nearly unstoppable. And so for all those reasons, that's why the Golem Night Witch Beatdown makes the number 7 spot on our list. And coming in at number 6 is the Expo Nado. I'm sure every single one of you are familiar with some version of an Expo deck. Expo Cycle has been in the meta for ages. It's one of the classic decks and also one of the best decks you can play. There is incredible defensive potential with this deck. You've got the Ice Wizard to slow troops down, slow an Inferno tower down. You also have the Tesla and the Expo that you can play for a majority of the game defensively before deciding to make your offensive push. The beauty of this version of the Expo Cycle is that it has nado, which enables you to pull any hogs or any ram riders, small troops like the Goblin Barrel into the King Tower for King activation, which super increases your chances of winning a match. This version of Expo does come in at 3.5 average elixir cost, which is more than typical Expo Cycle decks, but it still is incredibly valuable, and you can still get a fair amount of troops out there even before double elixir overtime. If you stick to Expo and you raise your levels, you're going to have a winning deck on your hands. And so for all those reasons, that's why the Expo Ice Wiz Nado makes the number 6 spot on our list. So there you have it. What did you think of the list so far? Please let us know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to leave us a like and also subscribe for weekly Clash Royale content. And we'll see you next time on Bailey's Dad. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.